The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, Jesus told his disciples a parable to the effect that they ought always to pray and not lose heart. He said, in a certain city, there was a judge who neither feared God nor regarded a man. And there was a widow in the city who kept coming to him and saying, vindicate me against my adversary. For a while refused, but afterwards he said to himself, though I neither fear God nor regard man, yet because this widow bothers me, I will vindicate her, or she will wear me out by her continual coming. And the Lord said, hear what the unrighteous judge says. And will not God vindicate his elect, who cry to him day and night? Will he delay long over them? I tell you, will vindicate them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Christ, thy kingdom come.
In our hearts, O Mother Mary,
Pilgrims of faith.
together in prayers.
So, my dear friends, I've told you at the beginning that we are supposed to be persistent in our prayers and never get tired, because our way of doing things is not God's way of doing things. Our way of thinking is not the way God thinks about us. And our way of working is not the way our God keeps on working. It's totally different. We may pray that today we want our prayers to be answered instantly, because quite a number of things are being done. They want them to be done instantly. As things have been made these days, things have been made very simply so that people may not get tired. But God's ways is not our own ways. And so that's why we are supposed to be patient. Sometimes he may not make it to reward you immediately. But when at least you are patient, God will reward you. He may reward you when you are young, when you are aging, and even when you are very old, because he has got his own ways of doing things. That's why, according to our readings from the book of Exodus, there was a war between Israel and Amalek. And Moses had to tell Joshua, go and get some people to fight Amalek. And myself, with Hal, we shall go on praying for you, and you are going to win. And Moses went on praying, and as he was praying, raising his heart up, he became tired because it was from morning up to evening. And so each and every time his hearts were up, the Israelites won. Each and every time he got tired and the hearts were down, the Israelites were defeated. So how they had to get, and Harun, they had to get at least a stone. And they tell Moses, now sit on this. Continue raising your hearts, and we are going to hold your heart so that you can make it to remain steadfast. And that's what at least Harun and how they did. And Moses now, up to the evening, the hearts were up, and the Israelites were not defeated. And so Joshua saw the power of prayer from morning up to evening, fighting with these people, and they won the battle. We are also being called. You are our Christians. You are to give us our support, your support. Sometimes we may be praying for you, but we can make it come down because of our own weaknesses. You are the same people, Harun and Hur, who are supposed to hold our hearts. The moment you support us so that we can make it to pray for you, then we are going to win the battle against you and Satan, and against us and Satan. And so we cannot make it to do this if the Christians are doing their parts. And that's why we call you our intercessors. As we continue praying for you, we need intercessors. When some of the priests, they keep on doing maybe healing and deliverance, they must have some intercessors praying for them, because the battle is great and they cannot make it to do it alone. We need your support. We need each and everyone to come on board so that we can make it to fight this battle. Our battle is not like that one of time of Moses. Our battle is between us and satanic forces which are there. And that's why we have to keep on praying, because we are having a lot of hardships. We are having a lot of problems. We are having a lot of bad things which are happening even in our country. But with all this, when you hold our hearts with the prayers, that's why we ask you to continue praying. This month is a month of Rosary. And so all our Catholic Christians, they are supposed to be praying Rosary. They pray for the priests. They pray for the church. That's the only time you can be holding our hearts, and our hearts will be kept up because of your prayers. So never underrate your prayer. Even if you are saying only one prayer in the morning, and maybe another prayer in the evening, and that time you even mention your priests, because they need your prayer, because we need your prayer each and every day, so that we can make it to have that force, we can make it to have that big inspiration, that all what we are giving you, the food of soul, the one that we are feeding you with, that one will come because of the prayers that you are praying for us, so that we can be inspired, and our inspiration may bring hope to you. There's the ear of hope. At the moment we have got the ear of hope, we should utilize it, because we never know the other time that at least we shall be having this year of Jubilee, because the other Jubilee year will be there, 2050. And so count yourself. If you are 50 at this time, then you'll be 75. If you are 75, you'll be 100 years. So it's good to keep on asking yourself, will I be there to celebrate the Jubilee any other time? It's the year of hope, where we are supposed to be praying for each other and even giving each other hope. And so hope will never disappoint us. Hope is not deceptive, as according to the Romans. Hope is always there to keep us moving and even see great things ahead of us. Paul is talking to Timothy, giving him hope and telling him what you believe in, Timothy. You believe, and because of your belief, you can make it to conquer the world. And even the man of God will be tested. You'll be having a lot of problems. But because of the faith that you have, the faith that you have kept, you are going to lead the church in the best way possible. And so he is reasoning with the advice of St. Paul, that at least despite all the hardships, despite all the other kind of things that are there, because of the faith that he has. And that's why when we are being ordained, we are always told by the bishop, know that at least you have come from far. What God started in you, may he also accomplish it. And also, God with the Philippians 3, not yet that you have reached, you have not even touched the rope, but at least you are still struggling to fight even what Jesus wants for us. And he continues saying that at least for this, we shall get it because of our humility. As he talks in Philippians chapter 6 also, that at least hope will be there. And Jesus was even very humble. And because of his humility, he handled great things. And so, my dear friends, as we continue praying, as we continue with our faith, let us know that we have got our mission. That's why even today is a mission Sunday, where all the Christians are requested to support the mission, to support the Word of God. And so the moment that you are supporting the work of God, you are supporting us, you are supporting the missionaries, you are supporting the vocations, and out of all this, the church will grow. And that's the message of the Pope, that at least out of your own support, you make the church grow, you make the church prosper, you make the church also to evangelize, because you have got also the power, and you have got all what it takes, so that the church can make it to go on and on. And that's why even Jesus had to give this parable of this old widow, and who is asking for vindication, that somebody has refused with her property. And because of her persistence, she went on asking, you are the judge. This person has stolen my property. Please help me that I make it to recover this. And the judge says, well, I don't fear God, neither people. But because of her persistence and her prayer, God had to vindicate her, had to make sure that she is paid all what was stolen from her. And so, her persistence in prayer, her persistence in whatever she was looking for, God had to answer. And that's why the psalm is very clear, Psalm 121, where will our help comes from? Our help comes from God, who made heaven and earth. And even if you look at the mountain, we look the seas, we look to wherever it is we are looking for. Our help will come from God of heaven. And so we may look for the help from the other people, but the other people will fail you. You may look for the help from your husband. Your husband may fail you. You may look for the help from your wife. Your wife may fail you. You may look for from friends. Those will also fail you. You may look for the help from the leaders. One of the MPs said when at least Raila died, I know some of you are not crying because Raila is dead. You are crying because you might lose a job because you are so much attached to him. Your hearts are not weeping. It's only your eyes that we can make it to see the tears. But deep within yourself, you are so much attached to him and you believed him in the job that he was granting you. Because some of the people who were given the jobs recently, Minister for Finance, the others are Kida Joho, the others or the others, they were given because of Raila. So they may weep that any time they can be thrown away, that your boss has gone, and so we don't need you in the government. So that's why that MP was talking about these people. Some of you are crying, not because that Raila has died. You are not mourning. You are just crying because you can see that you can make it to lose your job any time. So we have got some such kind of people that are there, fanatics, that at least you can make it to see as if there is kind of mourning, but it's not there. So the moment we are being told, be persistent in prayer, and God will give you whatever it is you are looking for. I remember when I joined the seminary, 1994. The father who was teaching us there told us, my dear friends, don't think that you are going to become the priest of this millennium. You are going to become priest in the other century. And so I became a priest 2003. And I joined the seminary 1993. So I came to believe this priest, whatever he was telling us, is true. And out of all this, we have to be persistent in prayer. And he told us, don't cheat yourself that all of you are going to become a priest. Maybe half of you, because the due course of the time, others will leave and go and marry. Others will leave because they might not pass the exam so well. Others may leave because of indiscipline. And so, very few. The church is getting all these years so that it can get the top cream, so that it can get at least the people who can make it to serve this church in the best way possible. And true to the word, we were 110, only 54 became priests. And so, with all this, with the patience that we have with our priesthood, it's too much. So that we can make it at least to remain there and know that at least the mission we have is not our own. The message we have is not our own message, it's the message of God. And that's why God's answers should be taken care of. Used to come to this place even before this church was built, when you used to go to the church, that church of Mabati. And the Christians maybe in that was the only population. The church of Mabati of St. Barnabas was that time. And this one was changed. It was the only time we had only 2 buses when I used to be brought up here. Only 111 and 126 passing through Kiseria. And we had not all these buildings. But God is great. Now there is light. People never wanted to be in this place. But now they are here. And there is a lot of hope. And there are great things which are happening in this place. So persistence and patience. The patience which has been with the people. There are so very few people that now you have 2 masses. You have even other outstations. We had only 1 mass. And the priest was coming from Gong, going to another place there. I can't remember the place. And then coming here at around 11. So we had no parish by that time. But at least I used to attend mass here as a young person. So with all this, with hope, great things can make it to happen. But now we have got a great church. We even have 2 masses. We can even make it to have 3 masses because God is calling us as His people. And the moment you are patient, your blessings will come at a certain time that you don't know. They may come very early. You can be blessed being very young. We have some people who are very young, about 30 to 40, they are millionaires. And there are people who are at the age of 70, they are very desperate. They wonder what is going to happen. God may bless you when you are young because you are humble enough. And out of your humility, God raises you up. And so you become rich and you become very stable when you are very young. And you continue with your humility. Then when at least you become old, you are there also being very humble. But some will be blessed when they are remaining only 1 week to die. That's the only time they'll go to their sons or their daughters. They stay in a very good house. They sleep very well, but only for 1 week. you get the blessing and comfort. Or maybe when at least you are aging, you are allowed 90. That's the time you are grandson. You're saying that at least now I'm in America and I can make it at least to take you there. And then you come back. Your blessings will come at the time at least you are aging. Because God knew when He could have blessed you when you are very young, you could have become very proud. Like so there are some people who are married to very rich families, but they come from very poor families. And out of all this, they become very proud. And God wonders, why did I make this person to be married in this family which is rich? And now she is abusing everybody in the village. And you look at where she comes from a very poor background. You should be very humble that God has raised you up where you are, so that you can make it to know that at least God has done something to you. God has brought you up in one way or another. And so that's why the readings of today, they are very, very good to tell us that at least we are supposed to be patient and even persistence. The way you are is not because of you, it's because of somebody else. Somebody gave birth to you, somebody educated you, somebody helped you somewhere. And so you should not be proud. Even the clothes that you have, you're not the one who made them last night. They were made by somebody else, even maybe who is not learned. The hair that you have, which has been done so well, it was done by somebody else. And that person maybe is not even learned, but at least you look smart with that. The shoe that you wear right now, it was made by somebody else, not you. And even you don't know what kind of skin, maybe the skin of rats, which made that shoe. But so you should honor each other, because nobody is useless in this world. We are the way we are because somebody else has made us to be the way we are. And so we should honor each and every one, because God knows that great things have happened because of great minds which are there and because of His people. He has created us with His own image. And so each and every one is important in his own life. When I was young, I never knew that I would become a priest and come to be preaching in that kind of a church. I come from a very humble ground. Our home, there was no gate till the time I became a priest, because which car could have gone there? I was only walking. And even you never needed any gate. It's just a walking place. But at least God has made me the way I am. At least now there is a gate. I can make it to stop a vehicle there at my mother's place. And so God has made us to become the way we are from a humble background, because He wants us at least to show people that from the humble ground, God can also raise you up. God can make you great. God can also make you at least to grow and even bring greater tidings to your family, to yourself, and all this. You get at least there are some people who come from very poor background, but God has given them such a great knowledge that they become very big in one way or another. We have this man who is being buried today. Well, despite that he comes from a dynasty, he was not only a man. For me, I think he was a movement. From the time, despite at least all the other kind of things, yesterday I was coming from Nyahururu. I met so many buses going there with the leaves and all these, with the branches and whatever. I knew these people, they are going to bury Baba. Are you from Mombasa? From all over? I mean, that person was a movement. It was not just a human being. It was a movement itself. And that's why airport he has started still on Thursday. Despite at least their mourning was different, but at least because they mourned with a lot of business going, study still. The airport at 2 hours was no job which was going on. And for about other 5 hours, walking from the airport to Kasarani. Within 2 hours, the parliament gate was stolen. So a lot of things happened within this short time. And so for all these, thanks be to God, He said that we will be buried within 72 hours. I wish if it was about one week or 2 weeks mourning, there could be a lot of mess because of one man. So may He rest peace, because He has done His work. And with all this, it's also good to see he has come also from a humble background. They are in their village, but he has also become great in the whole country. So, my dear friends, you never know what God has kept for you. Just be patient, be persistent, and God will bless you in His own way. So don't rush in your prayers. God is going to make you whatever He wants to make you. And in the near future, you'll be saying, I'm not the one who has done all this. I'm not the one who has done great things. There was a time there was a gentleman here who was playing piano, who was called Gitau. And one time, 2016, I met that person in Texas, also coaching choir. But he was just a young man here, coaching the choir. And 2016, I met him in Dallas. Now he is conducting the choir in America. And he was conducting the choir here, which had only 5 people. Now he has big choir, and he has got such a big multitude that he is reading. Conducted the Swahili Mass there in Dallas 2016. There were about 350 people, Kenyans, who had come for that Mass. And it is a young person from here, from this Matasia, who was now conducting the choir. God can make you great, coming from a very poor background. So my dear friends, let us be patient, just like Moses and Joshua, that at least they were patient to save the people of Israel. Just like Timothy, he was there to serve the people he was serving. And just like Jesus is calling us, at least God is going to repay for us. God is going to vindicate for us. God is going to do justice to us. Never mind whatever is going to happen. Never mind whatever is surrounding you. But just be there, look at the heaven, and see the God of heaven, and God will answer your prayers the time that He wants.